Good morning, kids. Our subject for today is English 2. We are in Q3 Week 5. Our topic for today is retell and or reenact events from a story. The objective for this topic is to retell and or reenact events from a story. Before we're going to begin our discussion, let me give first my recognition to the one who wrote this module from the Division of Parañaque. Thank you very much. Now, let us define what retelling means. Retelling is a strategy that is used to determine how well a pupil or student has comprehended a specific story. It helps readers recall what is happening in the story, develop a sense of story structure, and become more accurate in monitoring their understanding. Meaning to say, in retelling, you're going to imagine again what happened in the story so that you can tell the events in the story. You can also what do you call this one? You can also recall who are the characters in the story, where did the events happen, and so on. Now, what is story reenactment? It encourages pupils or students to act out stories after they have read them or have heard them read. Pupils create props and use to reenact by using the book language they have heard or read and comprehend the text by acting it out in the sequence. So in retelling, you will just tell what happened to the story, the characters, etc. While in story reenactment, you will act as if you are the character in the story using the language that are being used in the story. So you will be the actor or the actress in the story that you have read. You are going to use props in reenactment or reenacting the story. Now, let us read the story. The title of the story is The Old Man and His Sons from Pat Nelson's Magic Minutes. Quick read alouds for every day, retold by Dali Soriano. Here is the story. Once there was an old man who had many sons. They always quarreled with one another. They quarreled over who should use the bathroom first. At mealtime, they would fight over who got to the table first. The old man had often begged his sons to live together in peace. One day, he called them together. He showed them a bundle of barbecue sticks. He asked each one of them to break the bundle. Each one tried with all his strength, but the bundle did not break. Then, cutting the cord that bound the sticks together, the old man gave his sons a stick each. Then he told his sons to break it. This was done with the greatest ease. The old man exclaimed, "See, my sons, the power of unity. If you bind yourselves together with brotherly love, you can win any fight. Divided will fall, united you will stand." Did you understand the story? Now, let us answer these questions. What did the sons quarrel over always? Very good. They quarreled over on who should use first the bathroom. Next, what happened when they fought? What do you think happened when they fought? Okay, of course, when they fight, it will be noisy always, and there will be no peace and unity at home. Last, what did the father tell them when they fought? Correct. Their father always begged them to live together in peace. From the story, the old man and his sons answered the following. So I have here the retelling hand. Okay. The tongue asked us to who are the main characters in the story. So the main characters in the story are the old man and his sons. Okay, next, the first finger. Where did the story takes place? Where did the story takes place? Okay, in their own house. The middle finger. The problem in the story. What is the problem in the story? Okay, how did the sons of the old man will live at peace? Okay, the problem in the story is how did the sons of the old man will live at peace? Because they are always fighting with each other. They don't have unity. Okay, next, the ring finger. Name at least 2 events. What are the events that happened in the story? Very good. First, when the sons always fighting with each other. And when the old man explained to them the importance of being united as a family. And for the solution to the problem, the father explained to them that if they are binded with love and they will have unity, they will overcome everything or every problem in the family. Okay, that is the story of the old man and his sons. We have here the main characters, the setting of the story, the problem, citing the events that happen, and the solution to the problem. Okay, retelling should include, so in retelling, it should include a presence of the major characters, same as what we did. Okay. Next, defining characteristics of the characters. Okay, what are their characteristics? Next, problem presented in the story. The solution to the problem. Next, events presented in sequential order, meaning to say from the first event to the last event that happened in the story. And last, the ability to include only those events important to the story and exclude unimportant events. Meaning to say, you are going to get the events that are only important. and leave those events that are unimportant. Now, let us read again a story. The title of the story is The Lion and the Mouse by Jerry Pinkney. One sunny day, a lion was woken up by a tiny mouse running across his face. Rising angrily, he caught him and was about to kill him. The mouse was scared and told the lion, "If you would only spare my life, I would be sure to repay your kindness." The lion laughed and let him go. It happened shortly after this that the lion was caught by some hunters using a rope. The mouse heard the lion's roar and ran to help him. The mouse used his teeth to gnaw at the rope until the lion was free. The lion thanked the mouse for saving him. He learned that a creature is a creature no matter how small. From that day on, the lion and the mouse became friends. Okay, after we have read the story, try to remember the important parts of the story. Okay, let's see if you can answer. What was the title, the story's title? What was the story's title? Very good. The Lion and the Mouse. Who wrote the story? That's great. The writer of the story was Jerry Pinkney. Who were the main characters in the story? That's right. The Lion and the Mouse. Very good, children. Now, we're going to read again a story. The title of the story is 16-Day-Old Baby, Youngest COVID-19 Survivor in the Philippines. Manila, on April 30, IANS, a 16-day-old baby in the Philippines has become the youngest patient to recover from COVID-19 in the country. The Department of Health said on Thursday. At just 5 days old, Kobe Manjares was admitted to the National Children's Hospital in Manila, where he tested positive for the novel coronavirus, reports EFE News. He was treated there for the next 11 days. The DOH applauds our valiant healthcare team for this feat. The department said on its Facebook page. The baby was discharged from hospital on Tuesday and was sent off by the medical team who treated him along with posters that read, "Kobe beats COVID." According to photos published in the local media, Kobe was born healthy on April 12 but developed symptoms of fever and cough. His father, Ronel Manjares, said doctors told him that the infant needed to be hospitalized if he wanted his son to survive. The authorities have not given any details about how the infant contracted the virus or about the health of the mother. Health official Maria Rosario Vergere, in a press conference on Thursday, said 25 babies under 1 year of age are infected with COVID-19 in the country, of which 6 have died while the others have recovered. The youngest patient is a 9-day-old baby in the city of Cebu. The Philippines has so far reported 8,212 COVID-19 cases with 558 deaths, while 1,023 have recovered. The source is IANS. Now, write the happening from the story on the box provided. Okay, you're going to write here. What have you remembered from the story that we read? The title of the story, the setting, where did the story happen, the characters in the story, the problem in the story, and the events that happen in the story, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Next is the solution to the problem in the story that we've read. Okay, for your Let's Create, your goal is to retell or reenact event from a story. Okay, you will act as a storyteller. When we say storyteller, it is the person who tells the story. In this activity, you are going to tell a story and observe the factors to be considered. And your audience, after finishing this activity, you can let your parents, guardians, or elder siblings to evaluate your story. Okay, they will check and score your activity using the scoring rubric. The situation given is, it is weekend. You and your mother are going to Moonwalk Public Market to buy some goods. While riding in a tricycle, the driver accidentally bumps with a mother who is about to cross the street. That is the situation. Okay, write a sentence or a paragraph on how the accident happens. Describe the situation from the beginning to the end. The person involved, like the driver, the passenger, responder, and the victims, and how it was solved. Okay. Your product will be scored using the rubrics. If you're finished answering, let's evaluate and let's create. You can now have your work pictured and send it to our Messenger GC. Good day, kids!